Now the next story is, I guess, for our 20-year-olds. We make a lot of mistakes in our 20s, and that could be for a million reasons. So there's an article that was written as far as maybe like a ballpark idea about how many reasons or what kind of reasons kind of the mistakes that the 20-year-old makes. So let me just read them out. So one of them is undefined goals. Now that's to me that you're wishy-washy. You have no direction as far as where you're going. Another one is peer pressure. I feel like that's consistently everywhere. Neglecting your health. It's true. I feel like that's always in the back burner. You start thinking about your health when you start having children. Also, wasting time and not saving. For me, the ones which I've identified as my problem, numero uno is wasting time. Two is not saving. Now for me, as far as wasting time is, you feel like there's so much to go. Like you have this idea that, you know, life will be long and you will just be this young, like forever. You know, you don't have like a good grasp as far as, you know, like where you are in society, because there's the young people, the children, and like the adults who are married, and you're somewhere in between. So for me, I feel like that's my biggest one. I waste time because I feel like I have it. And then the second one, which is I think obvious for a lot of people, is not saving. You have the most disposable income after your big job, before your children, which is like the age which we're at, you know? So then you're not saving. You are not saving, you are just spending stupidly. So for me, those are my ones.
It's interesting that you talk about that, because number one, I feel like in this day and age with this generation, I almost wouldn't say saving versus spending, simply because personally, I feel like the millennials, Gen Z, don't necessarily have a lot of disposable income.
We definitely have the most,
but that's like statistically, that's of course the area of your life in which you do before children. But then I also get the idea of like, I don't even know if I can really lay it on us per se, because I feel like in this age, especially in early 20s, I know a lot of people living like hand to mouth.
That's so bad.
So it really is more about that balancing for me and sort of your career choice, because the one that stuck out for me most was the feeling of not having any goals in your early 20s.
The undefined goals.
Yeah, the undefined goals and the undefined direction, because your early 20s, it to me is like you're the most in flux you could ever be. Because out of uni, people think that uni is like when adulthood starts. It's not. Uni is, you're not an adult in university. You're an adult the day you graduate, and you're like, okay, what next?
The fundamental part of it for me is like, I think it will help if we emphasize this from home. If our parents help us, it don't matter how young you are, it don't matter how much you're earning, saving is saving. If you're earning big money, you can save. If you're earning small money, you save. The key word is saving. But the fact is, a lot of young people think that, oh, for me to save, I have to put a big amount of money aside. And I think that what they don't understand is that when you train your mind to know that you have to save, every time you get something, you even save a little, you will your mental will grow to know that this is, I'm saving for something. You change mentally and also physically. You'll start thinking twice, like, oh, look, if I do this, actually, if I save and I don't have, I could use this. So I think the fundamental part of it is home, foundation of the growth at home. And the parents, if they help, or you have a good role model who guides you and supports you and lets you know the importance and see the future for you before you see it, it will make a lot of our young generation change.
I'm the only one that has like, I have like a giant change bucket in my house. Because I don't know if a lot of people grew up with this, but even I brought it in with Jasper.
Yes, you put
it's like,
coins.
20, but it's like a 20-gallon water jug. And so now you put your 1 bulb, your 5 bulbs, and then eventually it'll get full. I don't know how much it will be, but I even know a guy who back home, when his sister had a child, he had like a big bucket of coins. And so he put it in, and he's like, you know, $200 is something nice.
It's still something.
Yeah, it's a really good thing.
I feel like 50 bob, I know 50 bob might seem like when you're putting it out, like it's something.
But
if you kind of gather them, and when you see that, you know, you've got like a 50 bob, you just put it in there. That literally could help so much.
Absolutely.
Honestly.